Welcome back. About to start a 20-gallon water change. The entire system is off as far as all the pumps. The lights are set to the lowest intensity without them going off. They're on manual, and the goal of this water change, it's been about 3.5 weeks or so. The goal is to siphon out a lot of the bubble algae that is starting to pop up all over the tank. So that's the primary focus, and then secondary would be to siphon the tanks a little bit, and we will take it from there. Alright, be right back. Filling it up, and I still need to buy a glass cleaner, one of those magnet ones I saw on my bucket list. Love this water thing. Pumps the water right in. This is the old dirty water. Got as much of the big clusters of bubble algae as I could. It's a lot harder than it appears to actually break it up and make sure that you're siphoning the water out. So alright, so this will fill back up, and we'll get the system turned back on and pumping from there. This is just a quick 20-gallon water change, and mainly to siphon out the bubble algae that's starting to become a problem in the tank. And got a chance to siphon some of the sand bed. I have a moonlight that shines on a tank, and it's a single point LED, and it will create algae on the sand bed. So that's what we're seeing right in this area, and then a little bit back there. But yeah, that's what we're up to right now, and we'll get back to filling the tank up with water and then take it from there. Quick note, wanted to touch base. I need to do a more detailed video on just my RODI unit and my water changing station. But basically I use a Brute Rubbermaid 20-gallon. I have two of them, one for the mixing of the salt water, and then one is strictly for dirty water. When mixing the salt, I use a cup, and basically it takes 11 cups for me to hit the salinity that I need to hit for the volume of water that I use, which is right around 20 gallons. I don't know that is exactly 20 gallons. The container I'm using is a 20-gallon container, and it is filled pretty much to the top, but it's not an exact science. And 11 scoops of the Red Sea Coral Pro, actually Red Sea Salt Blue Bucket. I used to use the Coral Pro, and I want to try an experiment of mixing the two. I've heard of good results of folks who mix the two, because as far as parameters, it would give you right around those parameters for the blue bucket. whereas the Pro has is intended for growth. So that's one thing that's on my list of videos, upcoming videos, is to buy 2 buckets and I guess do 5 scoops of the Pro and 6 scoops of the blue bucket of Red Sea salt. And basically, I take a scoop of salt and I just take the knife and make sure that it's pretty leveled off, like so. And 11 of these will give me a specific gravity of right around 1.026 or 35 ppt, and it's to a point where I don't have to guess anymore. It's just a matter of making the water, and then from there letting it sit overnight, and then I put in the heater and I bring the water up to 80 degrees Fahrenheit, which is what I run my tank at. And once the water has been heated, I put in my utility pump, which I'm using a Tunzi for that. Let's see if I can grab it. Here is the utility pump that I use to pump the water. And then with the Red Sea salt, I know that I let it mix after adding 11 cups for about an hour, 2 hours max. The water clears up fine, and then I pump it right in. So that's some insight into the process, and hopefully that helps. Any questions or concerns, please leave them in the comment section down below. Alright, we're back. All systems are on, and corals are doing well. They're a lot fuller. I really should do water changes more often, but I hate to mess with the tank when it's running pretty good. So still got some particles floating in the water, and whenever I do a water change on the saltwater tank, I also do the same thing on the freshwater. So 40-gallon water change on a 90-gallon, and still trying to figure out, I need a cleanup crew. So until then, the tank is gonna look, there's no cleanup crew. There's like maybe half a dozen snails, and that is pretty much it. Plus I overfeed this tank since I have such a large amount of fish in here. But all in all, everything's going well. Typical 40-gallon water change and vacuuming of the substrate.